What up, YouTube? It's been a minute. This time around, I'm gonna explain to you the difference between training for aesthetics and training for performance. Let's get into it. What up, N64 never stop moving forward. So as mentioned before, sorry for going dark on you guys on YouTube. Yeah, I had to sort out a few things. As you can tell, I am out here taking a nice little walk. Decided for a change of scenery rather than making these videos in compact places, but this time around taking a nice little walk. So yeah, as the thumbnail implies, this is going to be a discussion of the difference between performance and aesthetics. And the reason this comes up is because sometime last year there was a bit of a minor disagreement that emerged between two particular YouTube channels. Not going to get into the names right now or whatever, and the fan base of those YouTube channels kind of got involved in this discussion, as well as other YouTube channels. And there was one comment that kept coming around in the discussion, one common comment that kept coming around. People kept making this particular comment about how because a person has great abs, great chests, great biceps, that they're fit. And the thing I found interesting with that one is because that is not the case. That is not really the case. Guys, performance and aesthetics are two different things. To be honest with you, and personally speaking, and this is my own personal opinion, I associate fitness more with performance than I would aesthetics. Now, just to start, what exactly is aesthetics? Aesthetics, for lack of a better term, is basically just the looks. Getting the abs, the chest, the biceps, the booty. Basically, this is what most YouTube fitness channels are trying to give you. They're always going to give you this thing on how to get abs in 6 weeks, how you can get a better butt in 6 weeks, how to build up your arms in 6 weeks. That's aesthetics. That's the look. Performance training is basically what athletes do. Trying to make yourself stronger, trying to make yourself faster, trying to make yourself more explosive, give yourself more cardio. That is performance training. And one thing that people should know is that there's a difference between the two. One thing people should know is that someone with good aesthetics does not always have good performance, and someone who has good performance will not always have great aesthetics, because the fact of the matter is the two trainings at times contradict each other. At times, not always, but at times they contradict each other. That's the thing. The reason this is important to note is because one thing, this argument that started on YouTube was between two YouTube channels. One individual who had impressive aesthetics, the other individual who had, I would say, average, though according to the individual who was in the discussion, he called him fat. So yeah, so that's the thing. So yeah, I decided to bring up this video because I wanted people to understand that there is a difference between the two. Aesthetics and performance are two very different things, and the two training methods don't always work well with one another. That's the thing. An example of this could be seen is that with performance training, you want to go for as long as possible. Performance training, you are training to be an athlete. An athlete, and ironically, I'm actually on a soccer pitch right now. This is a goalpost, as you can see. A soccer player or a football player, actually soccer is only for the US, that's the rest of the world, we say football. In a soccer game, you're going to be running and jogging for 90 minutes, 45 minutes apiece with 15-minute rest. You have to do that for 45 minutes non-stop movement, constant movement. That's not something you're going to get from aesthetics training, I will tell you that. The reason is simple. Most aesthetics training is done in a short period of time. The fact of the matter is, the longest you can train with aesthetics training is about 2 hours. Okay, I personally think you can do 3, but most people, I think, would only tell you to go for as long as 2. The reason is because with aesthetics, you're focusing on building the muscle. You're focusing on building muscle. That's the thing. And because of that, you have to do it within a short period of time, which is 1 hour, maybe 2. And the tempo or the speed you move at isn't the greatest. With performance training, you have to train for a long ass period of time. You can go 5 hours literally doing nothing but running, doing drills, doing techniques, all that stuff. Whether you're a basketball player, football player, baseball player, you have to do this stuff. This is undebatable. And the reason I say the two methods contradict each other is because performance training can sometimes hinder on aesthetics. Because the thing is that you're training yourself so much that you can start to deplete your body, including your muscle. It doesn't always happen, mind you, but this is why, if you've noticed, most guys who tell you to work on aesthetics will tell you to avoid running. The fear is that running will sap your muscle. It does happen, but if you do it for but only if you do it for long periods of time. And I mean like really, really long distance running, like going 10 miles and beyond. But that's the thing. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind. The other thing that I think people should know is that, as I said earlier, just because your aesthetics isn't that great doesn't mean your performance sucks. An example of this is the world heavyweight boxer Tyson Fury. The man looks like someone's dad, yet he has cardio for days. The man boxed Deontay Wilder last year. Anyone who's never checked out that fight, check it out. It was epic. And this is a man who has battled with depression. And again, if you look at him, pot-bellied and all, he is a world-class boxer. This is a man who, after he beat, I've forgotten who he beat. I think it was Vladimir Klitschko. I think it was Klitschko who he beat. During the press conference, he stood up, showed his pot belly, yes, his pot belly, and told the man, "This is who you lost to. I am the fat man who beat you." Yes, that is what he was told. And there were hundreds of athletes who do this. And like I said, the reason they can contradict each other is because one thing is that sometimes great aesthetics can affect your performance. Building muscle, huge muscle, can affect your cardio. But at the same time, having great cardio, if you're running a lot, like if you have great cardio, it can affect your body's ability to produce muscle, because your body knows that the excess muscle would make you heavier and affect your cardio, or something along those lines. I'll do a more specific video on this later down the line. But yeah, I decided to do this video because I felt people needed to understand this. Aesthetics, fitness do not always work hand in hand. Sometimes someone can have great aesthetics but can have poor fitness. For example, you can have the greatest figure in the world, chest, abs, biceps, legs, all that stuff, but you can't even run 1K. That's sad. That is sad. So, and it's a fact, because there are guys out there who've openly admitted that they may look huge but they're kind of weak. That's because aesthetics isn't really about strength. Your goal is to build bigger muscle, not to get more strength. I know the two work hand in hand, but it's possible to get big muscles without being that strong. It is very possible. So yeah, that's something I think people should understand, I think people should know about, and I feel that it's something that people should look with more open-mindedness. That's the thing. There are hundreds of athletes, dozens of athletes out there who may not have, again, let's go to hundreds. There are hundreds of athletes who may not be as aesthetically pleasing, but their performance, they can go longer, go harder, hit faster, be stronger than so many people out there. And I think people need to understand that. So I think that was the point of this video. I hope this information helps. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below. If you guys want to know anything else, please ask. I'm back to uploading videos now. I'm not going to go on hiatus anymore. I'm going to start uploading videos again. I feel I've been away from YouTube for too long. You guys don't deserve that. I'm trying to build the community, trying to build the fan base. And if you guys have questions, ideas for videos, again, hit the comment section. Like this video, share it, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, hope you guys appreciate it. N64, never stop moving forward. Peace.